folks, let's learn some, lessons from poker, but which is, useful in everyday life. Life is a poker, not chess. Win every hand you dealt. Alright, if you think poker is just, a game played in smoky casinos with like a sunglasses and chips clinking on the felt, you're missing out on one of the greatest life lessons hidden in plain sight. Poker isn't just about gambling, it's about decision making, reading people, managing emotions, and playing smart with what you got. Sounds like life, doesn't? Unlike chess, where everything like is visible on the board, poker is all about the unknown. Making the best moves even when you don't have all the information. Like in everyday life, we don't have all variables. Today I'm giving you battle tested poker strategies that will change like the way you think, negotiate and solve problems in life. So, are you guys ready? Let's shuffle up and deal. The first one, do not play every hand. Choose your battles wisely. So, what's the lesson? Not every fight is worth fighting. Imagine this, like you are like a sitting at a poker table and you get a bad hand, the worst hand in poker. What do? Fold. Smart players do not waste energy on battles they can't win. So in life, you don't have to argue with everyone. You don't have to chase every opportunity. You don't have to prove yourself to people who don't matter. Pick your battles. Sometimes the smartest move is walking away. Next time you're in a pointless argument, ask yourself, is this worth the energy or should I just fold and wait for a better opportunity? Next tip from poker, which is, you know, useful to use in everyday life, is bluffing. Like, bluffing isn't lying, it's just smart storytelling. So, what's the lesson? How you present yourself shapes how others treat you. In poker, bluffing doesn't mean lying; it means selling a story. Yeah, I like it. I'm not a scammer. I'm selling stories. If you make people believe you have the best hand, they will fold even when you have nothing. So now, think about job interviews, negotiations, and business meetings. Uh, Confidence can make or break a deal. Uh, if you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? Ever had a day when you fell down, but you put on a smile and acted confident? That's bluffing. Fake it till you make it. And guess what? Others responded positively. Ever heard someone speak with authority and you just assume they knew what they were talking about? That's a strong bet in action. Bluffing isn't deception, it's about controlling the narrative. Are you selling yourself as a leader or a follower? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's either you in control or you under control. And even when you're starting a business, especially if you're starting a business and no one knows your product, uh, you have to fake like first success. In other words, uh, make like fake feedbacks, tell about yourself that you already have customers, that kind of things. Yeah, technically it's lying, but from the customer perspective, even like product your product or like a service perfect, it's just human psychology that people don't uh, trust if they don't see like previous feedback. And that's the tricky moment when being completely honest is not necessarily is not benefiting you. And again, it's not about lying. uh, it's just about getting first trust and proving that trust again and again. So the third advice, which we can use from poker in everyday life, read people like a poker pro. Lesson: pay attention to what's not being said. Like read between the lines. In poker, pros don't just listen to words. They watch body language, micro expressions, and betting patterns. If someone suddenly starts sweating or fidgeting, it could mean they're nervous about their hand. Now apply this to daily life. A colleague says, "I'm fine," but their arms are crossed and they avoid like eye contact. Are they really fine? Or like a client says, "We'll think about it," but their voice lack confidence. That means there's like a room to negotiate. If you learn to read people, you will hear what's not being said, and that's where the real information is. So basically, it's about emotional intelligence when uh, we can analyze like a human psychology, like a body language of like our customer partner, and noticing not just what they saying but how they saying. And again, it should be not just intelligence, but also emotional intelligence in order to see this kind of changes. In other words, we should like smell the room, and based on that, we should like fine tune our own actions. In other words, for example, if you see that your customer like um, not, let's say, like a talkative, he's not open, uh, we should think from his perspective, like what kind of things might he doubting, like maybe contract conditions, like a price or something else. Um, you even can say like, I see that you uh, seems not confident, and it's okay. We like dealing like working together first time. It's okay. Uh, Please ask any questions. I will answer. In other words, we gotta make our customer like a friend, and you know when we friend with someone, we not like a scared to say what we're thinking, and that's the point, to get information about what in their mind. Okay, the next like a tip which is productive to use in everyday life from poker play the long game, like, do not chase that kind of small wins. Lesson, short-term losses don't matter if the long-term game is solid. Like, in poker, bad beats happen. Even the best, players lose sometimes. The key is staying focused on the long-term strategy, not reacting emotionally to small losses. Um, in life, you didn't get that job. Maybe a better one is around the corner. Someone rejected your idea doesn't mean you're wrong. Um, just means they're not ready for it yet. Failed a test that doesn't define your intelligence. It's just a step in the learning process. So the moral is that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Like, keep your emotions in check and play for the long haul. And I like this analogy when it's like in movie. Um, you're not making conclusions about a movie till you didn't watch till its end, and that's how you should approach like your own life. In other words, learn from them. Like, instead of emotional reaction, ask yourself what exactly was wrong. Like a cold-blooded analysis. Write down, um, keep journaling, try to get what was wrong in your like actions, and do not repeat them, and just keep going. And that's also a very important thing in terms of uh, quickly adapting and learning, because some people, once they uh, get mistake, they start to overthink and they scared to do like new actions, and that's the problem. Not the mistake itself, uh, but when people struggle to make like new attempts. But uh, the whole point of life and success is completely opposite. The more attempts you do, the closer you get to your goal, and that's what most people missing. Okay, the next one, know when to go all in. Um, Here's a lesson, like, sometimes you have to, bet big to win big. Um, you cannot win a tournament by playing it safe the whole time. Like, at some point, when the odds are right, you have to push your chips in and go all in. Uh, Want the dream job? Send the bold email. Take the risk. Found someone you love? Do not play games. Commit. Or, like, let's say, have a great business idea. Like, stop hesitating. Make the move. Um, so the moral is here: scared money doesn't make money. Sometimes, like, life rewards the bold. When the time is right, go all in. In other words, of course, you should, analyze, plan, think about like different options. But once you decide like what kind of options it's best to do right now, you gotta be decisive. Being like all the time, just like thinking, like I like that term, mental masturbation, which is completely, you should avoid, and be more practical, practical masturbation. Yeah. Okay, next tip, from poker, which we can definitely use in everyday life, it is about staying cool under the pressure, and this is really important. Uh, a lesson here, like emotional control wins games in life. Uh, Ever seen a poker player stay stone cold after winning or losing a huge pot? That's because emotions give away too much information. Like in life, um, a boss criticizes your work, stay calm. Like respond logically. Like a customer lowballs your price. Like do not react emotionally. Negotiate smart. Or like let's say someone tries to provoke you. Keep your cool, and you win. So, moral here, if you can control your emotions, you can control the game. Master your poker face. And the whole point, actually, of that poker face, um, that you're not allowing your opponent to predict what you're thinking, what you're about to do, and if they cannot read your face, read your mind, they cannot control you. Okay, the next one is about adapting. The lesson here, the best players are not rigid, they adjust their strategy based on the game. Um, in poker, you cannot play the same way against every opponent. You have to read the table and adjust your like a play style. Uh, in life, like some bosses respect confidence, others prefer humility, adapt, or like some friends need tough love, other need support, adapt, or like some clients respond to humor, others prefer professionalism, adapt. So in other words, you gotta mirror other person, opponent, customers' behavior, because the point of mirroring someone, that's the way of adapting. Because subconsciously, when persons see another another one, that he or she acts the same way or speak the same way as he or she does, uh, that person start to think, huh, he acts like me, therefore he's like me. In other words, we think the same, we act the same. Even if it's not, you at least should, fake it in order to get trust. Um, in other words, the moral here, be like water, flow with the situation. The more adaptable you are, the more unbeatable you become. And final thought, life deals your hands. It's up to you to play them right. Uh, Everyday life gives you a new hand of cards. Some days you get pocket ace. Other days you get a 7-2 offsuit. But remember, you don't need the best cards to win. You just need to play smarter than everyone else. In other words, you gotta be smarter, just who's around you. It's not about being, you know, being smart in absolute terms. All you have to do is just analyze uh, patterns of people who are around you and find their weaknesses. So pick your battles, sell the right story, read people, think long term, take bold risks when the time is right, stay cool under pressure, adapt like a pro. If you apply these poker principles, you will win more negotiations, solve problems smarter, and play the game of life like a champion. Uh, Now go shuffle up and deal because life is a poker and you are holding a winning hand. So I hope you like this, um, let's call podcast. Subscribe, thumbs up, you know.